It's Black Friday. Viernes Negro, Broke Friday. Bitcoin's going to. But I'm still in the mood to buy some plugins. Now, I do get a bit of a kickback if you guys use the links in the description. They say it's 10 cents. I have 3 kids I want to take to McDonald's. If you guys enjoy any of the plugins in this video and you want to support the channel, make sure you click on them links. First deal we have is going to come from iZotope. Now, this is going to be one of the ones that I'm not going to be buying this year. iZotope releases a new ozone every goddamn year to the point where it feels like they're literally looking me in the face.
Give me my money.
If you're a mixing or mastering engineer looking for an assistant without having to pay assistant prices, then this is the next best thing. I defeated this little construction kit from Minimal Nights 2. And then from there, I will start to look at all the suggestions it has made. So for example, it reduced by how much? 1.5 dB in the low end. Hey, there was a bit of high end. The track sounds a lot cleaner, more well put together. So the way I like to see ozone is as something that gives me ideas, or as something that if I'm, let's say, working on a track, I'm on a tight deadline, the label wants the track, then I'm going to put ozone on it and call it a fuck. Here's one that I recommend to you guys called Infiltrator 2. If you're making techno, electro, house, techno, this thing is a happy accidents machine. For example, here I have this top loop. This was promising. There's more to it. It's also another great plugin that you should check out. It's going to be 50% off. We can add it to bass. Really adds a lot of really good texture, I find. I enjoy it a lot for adding that little grit on top, reducing the quality, but also I use it heavily whenever I'm trying to mimic 909 open hats, just like the Rolling guys did back in the 80s.
Come on, my boy.
Or 90s. The next plugin I heavily recommend is called Snapback by Cable Guys. Let's say we have an insane clap and we're trying to win the gold at the X Games. First off, I can input like a reverse into the clap. Second is I can layer on top of the clap this another clap or a texture-like clap. Whenever I'm doing sound design, it has saved me a lot for creating sick drums, making these drum machines I have over here sound a little more interesting. Baby Audio is gonna have 3 to 4 plugins that I recommend from them. Now I've tried a lot of their stuff and I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Do not get the techno drum machine. I bought it and that thing was not one sample made it into Paradox 6. What I can recommend is their sauce inducing plugins like Spaced Out, Super VHS, and the Comeback Kid. Ooh, they do a pretty good job at that. Now, I was very hesitant with this plugin, but it honestly made me rethink stuff, and it's called Knock, and this is going to be one of those plugins that, you know, I'm looking for this Black Friday personally. Here I already have a pretty sick clap, but let's say that, I don't know, I want it to punch more. With the turn of a knob, I can have it punch more, and I can clip it. And I can add air to it. And I can saturate. The next one I recommend is Manipulator from Polyverse. Now, they reached out to me asking if I was going to make a Black Friday video. I told them, yeah, but I haven't really used all their other stuff to be able to recommend it. Sadly, they never responded back after they got what they wanted.
See you twerk. Let me see you twerk.
But shit's about to get real, you know. Make it. Now, this next one is one of the ones I'm eyeing. I haven't bought it. I'm still on the, I'm still on the verge. So if you guys have used it, I want a no BS comment. Is it good? Now, the reason I'm lusting over Evoke is because I have Rift, and this is the next one I recommend, 50% off. Rift is one of those that when you have something dope, you can add these presets with very intricate programming. The next one I recommend is from Excite Audio called the Lifeline Bundle. Now, don't give me this because where do you think they got it from? I ain't a right up. I knew about it first. If you really want to get into it, it's very simple to use. You have a couple of flavors for your space, which is your reverb. You have a hall, a plate, a spring if you're old, and a slap if you're 80s.
Everybody feel the track, bring that beat back. Come on, baby, let's get checked. Bring the beat back. Everybody feel the track.
Now, personally, I like these plugins because I love flavor, and that's what I'm all about. It's like I'm turning into a hip-hop producer that just wants flavor, sabor in my stuff. I want to make sauce out of sauce. Finally, this next one, they hold a place in my heart because I've been gatekeeping them all this time. Safari pedals, the everything bundle. Now, sadly, they don't have all of their plugins on sale, so they only have a few. Let's lo-fi it up. Until the morning. Next one I heavily recommend, especially the techno tech house people, is Vision 4X. I constantly use this, and where do you think they got it from? I know, dickly. For instance, I recorded some camel fat here. You can see here's your targets for it, and you can play a song through it and see where it's at. You can see the low end, pretty precise on how long the kick is versus the bass. Are you properly side chaining? They have other cool presets too, like the massive prelim. Really dope plugin that I recommend. Minimeters Who. The next plugin I recommend this Black Friday is Waves Factory's Track Spacer at 50% off. Track Spacer, run the vocal in. And when the vocal comes in, it's gonna duck the volume of whatever you put this at these specific frequencies. And you can also target the mids or the sides more. The next one I'm recommending is the Drum Gate by Sonox called the Oxford Drum Gate. Gating is a thing where you control the length of your drums, of your sound. Something has too long of a tail. Now, if I turn it on, you can see it's doing what it's intended, which is gating the drums. You can get it really tight if you wanted to. There's a lot of neat features that makes the process a little bit more high-tech and fun. XL, I think it's worth checking out, is the FabFilter stuff. Now, back in the day, FabFilter rarely did sales. They were the cool people, the cool kids in town. Never had a sell, and if you asked them for a sell, they'd give you the finger. And if there's some conflict, they'll show. You can also use the dynamic range here, and then go into this fancy spectral. EQ looks crazy. Next one we have is GoFoss, which is 50% off. Now, I honestly feel like I've bought this plugin for 100 at full price, so I don't know why it jumped to 200. Here we have a very boomy kick. If I use GoFoss as tame, I can control it a bit. I can limit the range. And use the bias to affect the way it reacts. Maybe I feel like there's too much mid-low buildup.
You motherfuckers lost your mind. You motherfuckers lost your mind.
Going back to Plugin Boutique, we have the Black Box Analog Design HE2 at 75% off. Now, this sale happens a lot, so there's nothing special, but if you're looking for a saturator like, let's say Sound Toys Decapitator or something where it's simple to set up, then you can use this guy. Very simple to use. Mucho sabor for 25 bucks. Oxford Inflator is also on sale, so if you're looking for something to pump up your masters or your mix, then I think this is it. I'm gonna put it on. Okay, now it's time to get to my favorite part of the video, which are synthesizers. The first one is Yuhi Diva at 51% off. Can be super analog and quirky. My only quirk with Diva is the effects, honestly, like, very limiting. We don't even have a proper distortion, bro. EvoSounds Spire is my next favorite one at 59% off. I'm gonna get closer to the 6.7 full. Now, my gripe with Spire and why I don't use it a lot, because it sounds like a trance synth, but also it sounds fucking cold. The Arturia V collection, which is a collection of synthesizers that mimic analog hardware. They have the Juno sound. They have the emulator 2. a vocoder, I think, the Jupiter 8, the DX7, this thing. I mean, it's just a lot of synths. The CSCV, so if you want to make old school Reese's, and they do what they do really good, but I'm not going to lie to you guys. Every person I've seen use it, including myself, will usually use it as a preset machine, or if we're using the synths that aren't as complicated, like the Model D, the Juno we saw, the Prophet 5, is the fact that for me and a lot of others, at the end of the day, it's a lot more fun to work with these intricate systems when you're actually doing it, right? So if you're doing it with the pad here, it's a little tedious on a computer, I feel. So if I'm going to be making certain types of sounds, I'd rather go to Serum 2. Now, if you're a house head, this is the next plugin I recommend, the Korg M1. The main reason is that a lot of iconic sounds can be found in this thing, like the piano. The organ sound. Oh, yeah. Now, every year I tell myself I'm going to buy the Korg Tridon because this is the next one I recommend. Like the Korg M1, the Tridon's going to be maybe, I would say, late 90s or early 2000s sound. A lot of really iconic sounds for hip hop can be found in this thing, and possibly even more. Now, I don't have it and I've never used it, but I've seen videos on social media of people using it to recreate some famous tracks that mean a lot to me, you know, when I was 12, 13. The Korg Wave Station. Now, I don't have it, but again, it's going to be very similar to the Korg M1. It's going to have a lot of these sounds from the 90s that just sound crazy. You're going to feel nostalgic with. The next thing I want to recommend are the GeForce synthesizers. Now, if you don't like Arturia stuff, or let's say you don't want to be like everyone else, because everyone else will buy Arturia, since I have that I love from them are the Oberheim OBX and the OB1 for bass. Yeah, the Imp Oscar looks a little like crazy to program, but it has a lot of presets. This next one is the 6.7 synth, or the Josh Baker one, to mimic, I believe, a Prophet, or at least pay some form of respect. It comes with two synths, don't be fooled. It has the Repro one, which is more of a monophonic synth. But it sounds better than Inspired. Here's another one of the bundles that I have to recommend, but I'm not going to be purchasing this year, and it's the Native Instruments Complete 15. Honestly, after that, I feel like I don't really need anything else because it has a lot of cool stuff in it, but I just never end up using it. It could definitely become one of those things where it's a must-need. For example, if you need guitars, piano, acoustic drums, whatever this is. I mean, I bought Complete, and I don't know, I've never used this, so... I mean, it's more of a luxury, you know, it's like those cars that can do all this kind of stuff, but you never really use it for that. Feels like more of a flex, to be fair. Just be careful. Your pocket might not like it. So those are all my favorite plugins that are on sale this Black Friday so far that I've used and that I can recommend to you guys. For EvoSounds, I'm also going to be having a 35% off sale for you guys. Most of the packs should be 35% off. With that being said, guys, I hope you guys have a good Black Friday. Stay safe, keep your pockets full, and keep it rocking.